Welcome to an energy work session. I am your practitioner, Diane Vanas, and this is the Mind Talk podcast, where we delve into the roots of dis-ease growing deep in the subconscious mind. With us today is Jael. She's 68 years old, and she has a little intake concern about emotional blackmail, being sucked in, being a chameleon, and taking on false personas in the past. Currently, she has some type of a gut thing going on. Weight is always a concern for her. Relationships. Does tapping, the emotional freedom technique, tapping for issues, but feels there are unresolved issues with grandmother, mother, and brother. She's a caregiver. She feels like there's love-like confusion, genuine feelings missing, fake. She feels drained when she helps others with their problems and gets criticism from those she helps and feels like it's ingratitude. She suffers from bipolar and is trapped by stuff energetically and with stuff needing sorting and organizing. She does a lot of bartering versus money. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on there, but what would be the most priority thing that we could address? We're going to have two groups of work here. The first thing that comes up is inversion. Now, I don't know if you've read that book called Power versus Force, but in it, it's mentioned that like from a post-hypnotic suggestion from like music with a beat, maybe from like the 1960s, people could get inverted, where like they would test weak for good and strong for evil. So you were a band groupie, okay? So this is kind of the post-hypnotic suggestion is, I will not prevail, I will fail. So you kind of have that, going around as some kind of a negative energy in your subconscious mind. So let's just go ahead and clear that. We'll use a magnet, and just like a credit card can get cleared by a magnet, we're going to set the intention to clear this post-hypnotic suggestion and this inversion by swiping over the governing vessel meridian. Okay, so now the second group of work is related to systems, energetic. Okay, first of all, though, we have the lymphatic system coming up, and it's only at 32%. So, you mentioned about being drained by helping others with their problems. Your lymphatic system really is a drainage system with like 700 toilets. That's your lymph nodes. And that needs to all be flowing and flushing. So evidently, it's only operating at 32%. So it's involved here with also this underlying imbalance of a heart wall. So a heart wall is when your heart has been hurt, and in order to protect it, you use energetic stored emotions and things to block your heart. So that does prevent love from getting through or from you expressing love. Things get garbled, and that could be why you mentioned that love and like confusion and genuine feelings missing, feeling fake. So, what is your heart wall made of? Sometimes it has symbolic meaning, It's made of money and coins, like a buried treasure, in a cave of sparkling jewels, many feet deep, and secluded by curtains and veils and misty fog, like a smoke screen. So that's quite the symbolic atmosphere there for this heart wall. Kind of reminds me of, like the basement in the mountain in the Hobbit where the dragon, was sleeping and all that, those gold coins and everything. So when was this created? I'm coming up with age 13. So let's see if we can identify any of the emotions that make up the heart wall. The first one is failure, and this is inherited from your mother's side. So it's your mother's father. Inherited failure. So let's go ahead and clear that heart wall emotion that was inherited. Okay. So you can breathe freely now. The past is behind you. It's not resonating in you. Your heart wall has been cleared 41%, but it still needs more clearing. And also there's another factor usually related to a heart wall, and we call it addictive heart energy, kind of like a black hole, where people use addictions, it could be any kind, to fill the void of like the love and the joy that they crave. Like, it could be gifts from grandmother or, other things like that. Anything, even while you were growing up, that feeling that you just wanted to fill that void where love should have been. And so that's really interesting. We'll address that probably on the next session. But Jael, I'm glad that we got started with your heart wall clearing, and you'll have to notice what kind of a difference that might make for you. So very interesting work today. Thank you so much.